So this is unfortunately becoming a more common scenario for a lot of homeowners who are looking to renovate their basement space. So most homeowners will look at their basement space if it's unfinished as untapped potential. Maybe your family's starting to expand. You're looking to have a little bit more space for the kids, or you're trying to get an in-law suite downstairs. Whatever the reason might be, a lot of people look to finish their basements to add added space to the overall footprint of the house. And it's a great opportunity to do so. Now, the problem is that in order to do that finishing, a lot of times you have to insulate the basement. And depending on the type of house you have, depending on the area that you're located in, complying with the stretch code, which is kind of the environmental code for this area of being able to make sure you have an energy efficient home, requires you to insulate certain ways. And it may be cost advantageous, or you might just have a natural kind of inclination to go towards a spray foam insulation. Maybe it's about soundproofing, maybe it's about just making efficiency or higher efficiency. But the act of whether it's a closed cell or open cell spray foam for insulation creates a lot of challenges for foundation repair. And if for those who are not aware of it, basically a truck will come in, they'll use a two-part mixture, and they'll literally spray the walls, they'll spray the ceiling or the joist structure, depending on what their code requires or what the homeowner is looking to do. And it provides a nice tight environment for thermal insulation. But that actually is a glue, for lack of a better term, that sticks to the foundation walls. So if you have a block foundation, if you have a stone foundation, or even a concrete foundation, the act of spray foaming, while provides a lot of thermal barrier, provides very hard, or it makes it very hard for a contractor like us to get in and troubleshoot a problem. So the video and the picture that we had sent over in this particular podcast was a condo unit that they were looking to insulate and turn into a larger living area, and we had a large storm roll through, and water was leaking through the spray foam, and it was actually dripping down the walls and onto the floor. And the homeowner called us and said, hey, I'd like to waterproof my foundation. And when I got the photos, I said, well, it's really hard to do that now that the insulation's up. And they said, well, what do you mean? And it's like, well, we can't access the actual foundation now. It would require us chipping off all of the insulation, and even then we're still not going to have a perfect bond, because that glue that basically sticks to the foundation from the spray foam would prevent a total coverage area. So they weren't able to find out where the water was coming from, and it would actually require them to dig out the entire foundation. Now, that was okay in the single family home. They could have dug that out. But a lot of cases, you are so close to a property, you may have a driveway that prevents you from even doing that. So if you're looking to finish your basement and you're looking to invest tens of thousands of dollars to make a living space downstairs, I would highly advise of getting a contractor like A1 Foundation Crack Repair in there to be able to identify potential issues of foundation flaws that are going to cause leaks down the line. Because even if you have a crack, or you have some signs where moisture might have been once in a while, knowing for sure up front prevents any issues down the line. Because the reality is that fixing it way after the fact isn't as simple as opening up the wall and seeing it and fixing it. It's really about chipping it all the way back to the foundation, or digging it out from the outside. So before you go and invest your hard-earned money into refinishing your basement, spending pennies on the dollar to make sure that the foundation is actually waterproofed is a huge advantage, because 5, 10, 20 years down the line, when this is a living space for people in your house and you're really enjoying it, the next storm that rolls through, you're not crossing your fingers hoping that it's going to stay dry, that it actually will stay dry. So just a cautionary tale that, make sure that you actually go through the process here. And just a final note, a lot of people will say that the active spray foaming will waterproof the foundation. It's just not true. The materials that they use are for air insulation. They do not stop water penetrating through a foundation. They don't block the water from coming through the foundation. So just make sure that a contractor who is going to tell you this will also waterproof your basement, it's not actually true. And we have plenty of cases to show you that that is the case, that water will still come through. And the video that we posted here is case example number 1 for you.